To publish content with Adobe's Digital Publishing Suite, there are two main phases. First, you do most of the work in InDesign to create folios, add content to them, and insert the overlays that make DPS apps interactive. Then you use Adobe's Folio Producer tools to share or publish your projects. So let's take a look at the details of this workflow. In the DPS workflow, the file that you create for publication is called a folio, and in many cases, the folio is an issue of a magazine, although it can also be a separate one-off publication, even something like a design portfolio. So you begin your DPS project on the desktop by creating a folio using the Folio Builder panel in InDesign. You choose options like a target device, resolution, and orientation, plus the image format for the content that will sit underneath the interactive overlays. Then once you have a folio, you add content to it in the form of articles, which can be imported or created from an open InDesign document. Then you create interactivity with the Folio Overlays panel, things like slideshows with buttons and multi-state objects, video, HTML content, animation, and more. To preview the look and interactivity of your folio, you can use a separate application called the Content Viewer. This allows you to preview your work locally before you upload it. When you're satisfied, you can upload your folio to the Folio Producer part of Acrobat.com. There you can complete the steps necessary for sharing your content or publishing it with the Folio Producer tools. These include adding properties like a name to appear on mobile devices, a description, and an ID number. And then the final step is publishing your folio so it can be viewed on a device using the mobile version of the Content Viewer app, or submitting it to app stores for publication, which involves several extra steps that go beyond the scope of this fundamentals course. So as we've seen here, the basic steps to get started working with DPS are to use the Folio Builder and the Folio Overlays panel in InDesign to create folios and add interactive content. Then upload your folio to Adobe and use the Folio Producer tools to deliver your project to mobile devices.